Dear brothers and sisters, life is full of both joy and sorrow. As we journey through this world, we all experience loss of loved ones, wealth, health, and even dreams. Loss is an inevitable part of life that no one can escape. Yet, Islam provides us with powerful guidance to cope with these painful moments, reminding us that every loss is a test, a trial that we can navigate with patience, faith, and trust in Allah. SWT. In every corner of the world, people face trials, and loss is something that unites us all. The Prophet Muhammad himself endured many losses. His parents, his children, his companions, and yet he remained steadfast in his trust in Allah. When we experience loss, we should remember that we are not alone. Even the best of creation experienced hardship. Allah says in the Quran, "And we will surely test you with something of fear and hunger, and a loss of wealth and lives and fruits. But give good tidings to the patient." In this speech, I hope to shed light on how Islam encourages us to cope with loss. We will reflect on the Quranic verses, hadith, and the examples of the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, and his companions that can help us navigate the pain of loss and find strength in our faith. Every loss we experience is a test from Allah. The Quran beautifully reminds us, "Do not kill yourselves. Surely Allah is most merciful to you." Surah An-Nisa 4:29. This verse underscores the importance of remaining strong in the face of hardship. Allah does not burden a soul beyond what it can bear. Loss is not a punishment, but a trial that tests our patience, resilience, and faith. Allah's wisdom is perfect, even when we cannot understand it fully. This world is temporary, and everything within it, including our relationships and possessions, is fleeting. Allah says in Surah Al-Hadid 57:20, "Know that the life of this world is but play and diversion, adornment and boasting among yourselves, and competition in increase of wealth and children. All that we experience here is but a passing phase." When we experience loss, we should remind ourselves that everything in this world is a temporary trust from Allah, and ultimately all returns to Him. The Prophet Muhammad said, "This world is but a brief moment compared to the everlasting hereafter." Thus, when we lose something here, we must look toward the eternal rewards in the hereafter and trust in Allah's plan. One of the pillars of faith in Islam is belief in Qadr, the divine decree. Everything that happens, whether we perceive it as good or bad, has been decreed by Allah. This belief offers comfort in the face of loss because it reminds us that nothing occurs outside of Allah's will. The Prophet Muhammad said, "When Allah loves a servant, He tests him." Sahih Muharay. Thus, losses, though painful, are a part of Allah's divine wisdom and a means for our growth and purification. At the heart of Qadr is the concept of surrendering to Allah's will. When we face loss, we should not despair or complain, but rather accept that Allah's plan is always for the best, even when we do not understand it. The Quran reminds us of this in Surah Al-Baqarah 2:28-6. Allah does not burden a soul beyond that it can bear. Our losses are not meant to break us, but to shape us, to strengthen our resolve, and to draw us closer to Allah. In the face of loss, Islam teaches us the importance of sabr, patience. Patience is not merely the ability to endure, but it is a state of mind where one remains steadfast in faith despite the pain. The Quran commands us, "And be patient, and your patience is not but through Allah, and do not grieve, and do not be in distress." Surah At-Tarbah 9:51. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever is patient, Allah will grant him patience. And no one is given a better or more abundant gift than patience." Ma'al Muhammad. Patience is a means of spiritual elevation and a key to enduring life's hardships with dignity and grace. While loss is painful, Islam teaches us to still be grateful for the blessings we have, no matter how small. The Prophet Muhammad in Muhammad Tara said, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase your favor upon you." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. Gratitude in times of loss does not mean denying the pain, but rather recognizing the countless blessings we still have: our health, our family, our faith, and the opportunities we still have to worship and do good deeds. Reflecting on these blessings can help shift our focus from what is lost to what remains. One of the greatest sources of comfort during times of loss is prayer. Salah, the act of bowing down in front of Allah, the most merciful, brings peace to the heart and strengthens our bond with our Creator. The Quran invites us to turn to Allah, seek help through patience and prayer. And indeed it is difficult except for the humbly submissive. Salah, 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 salah. The Prophet Muhammad used to seek solace in prayer during times of distress. He, pure, said, when you are in a state of grief, pray to Allah, for He is the one who can relieve your distress. One of the greatest sources of comfort for Muslims experiencing loss is the belief in the afterlife. Death is not the end, it is merely a transition to a new existence. Allah promises in the Quran that those who are patient and persevere in times of loss will be rewarded in the hereafter. And those who, when disaster strikes them, say, indeed we belong to Allah, and indeed to Him we will return. Surah Al-Baqarah 2:15-6. The ultimate reward for the believer is the eternal peace and joy of Jannah, paradise, where there is no pain or sorrow.